at it, scoring has never been on my list of goals. Facilitating, rebounding, defending, getting blocked shots and things of that nature always ranked above that. Kevin, he has filled up the box score for a long time.
He can impact the game in so many ways. D.A., thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. We've got Chamberlain. Magic Johnson is out there with Bryant. And it's LeBron James. And it's Shaq in at the center. And for Chicago, they've got Thomas. Ball is out there with Pippen. And it's Michael Jordan. And it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. And Coach Jim Boylen agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylen, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. LeBron outside. Knocked away. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. The 3 from Bryant hits it from three-point range. Bryant's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Lakers. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Pass to Jordan. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
Boy, he's so crafty, Isaiah Thomas, and really unselfish. A pass-first point guard who knows exactly when one of his guys is open and how to get it to him.
Bryant can't get it to go.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit, maybe lost concentration, too.
Chamberlain with the block.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. To add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Wilt Chamberlain.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Jordan with it. Picked up by Kobe. Outside for Thomas. 6 on the shot clock.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
They grabbed their own miss. And a missed layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Pippen can't hit.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
A shot by Johnson, no good. Bulls have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Thomas against Chamberlain. Shot from the top of the key. Thomas's shot is off.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And the bright lights of L.A. perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
Now, here's Thomas, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. The drive by Jordan.
Oh, are you kidding me? And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome. One of the best dunkers this game has ever seen.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. O'Neal kicks to Johnson. Trying to get something going, and Magic Johnson with the slam.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making...
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
And Scottie Pippen so good at surveying the floor. Like seeing him find the open man with those sweet dishes.
Thomas against LeBron, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Thomas against Johnson. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Yeah, the jump shot of Thomas, cash money, Kevin. Boy, it's nice seeing him knock down that mid-range jumper.
Outside, Kobe. That one a little long.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Here's Pippen. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Pass to LeBron. Over Thomas. Here's O'Neal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And O'Neal, clearly one of the biggest human beings you'll ever see. A mammoth of a man. About 1/7 of a ton. And yet, unstoppable.
First free throw is good. Oh, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason, and the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
O'Neal hits them both. Chicago leading. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. And the dunk by Rose.
Tell you what, he's in his 30s now, but Rose still has impressive athleticism.
Robertson outside. Now Abdul-Jabbar. West up on top. Just 5 to shoot. No good from Robertson. Chicago leading by 3. Outside Rose. Here's Stackhouse. Covered by Robertson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And here's Hill for 3. Rebound the Lakers. There's the lob to the hoop. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Well, you know, if you're playing Robertson to score, not a bad idea, but that means you're going to leave other guys open, and he'll find them.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Hill, and so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And the Lakers making a change here. Abdul-Jabbar against Rodman. Outside Hill. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Cranes it from beyond the arc. 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it's Cousins. That time on the assist from West.
Well, you know, Kevin, because the defense pays so much attention to West, his teammates can find a lot of open spaces.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Bulls out front. They lead by 2. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Robertson is out there at West. Then it's Bailey. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 4. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Lakers second.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
The first one falls for him.
And everyone knows when Cousins controls his emotions, he's one of the very best centers in the game.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Bulls. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. And so here is Chicago. Kicks to Noah. 5 to shoot. Here's Hill. Misses off the left iron.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
And here's Robertson outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Robertson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Cousins is a legitimate shot-blocking threat, using that reach to deter shots.
Here's Rose. Missed inside. The Lakers in the lead. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
One of the all-time greats and most versatile scorers ever, Oscar Robertson, showing you how easy it is for him to get to the line.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Clark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
And so he makes both from the line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
A nice shot by Jordan.
An effective score from the in-between area of the court. Jordan doing his thing.
Robertson passes to James. Shoots over Pippen. That's tipped. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. To the inside, Robertson. Up top, Chamberlain. The 3 from Bryant. They get the rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Isaiah Thomas.
Hey, Kevin, we all know this. It's no secret. I mean, one of the areas of Wilt's game that's below average is free throw shooting.
Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
That free throw missing, and the Lakers making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Here's Johnson. Passes it to Bryant. Back to Johnson. Here's Cousins, guarded by Pippen. The pass to LeBron. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And here we can check out the story on DeMarcus Cousins. Coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Shaq is checked in for Los Angeles. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Outside Thomas. From deep. And it's Pippen missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Bulls have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's Jordan. And again, no good by Chicago. LA's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to O'Neal. Thomas against Johnson. To the paint. And it's Wallace with the jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
James kicks to Bryant. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 6 points for Kobe Bryant.
There is a bunch to appreciate about LeBron's game. His passing is off the charts. Just look at that feed.
It's Jordan on the wing, guarded by Kobe. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Pass to Chamberlain. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Kevin, I tell you what, the peripheral vision, the court awareness of Johnson, this guy always knows when one of his teammates is open.
Thomas against Johnson. Wallace Wallace misses.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Johnson up top. Good D by Thomas.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 3. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. The second quarter was a different story than the first. They played with energy, confidence in building a 3-point lead at the break. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserve to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, this is a close game. Every point matters. Right now, they're not getting to the line much. To win this kind of matchup, you got to be the aggressor. You got to be, you just got to be aggressive. Let's just see if they can ramp up their intensity, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Jordan with it. Thomas is out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Wallace. Then it's Pippen. And it's Gilmore in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the goal for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half.
Yeah, Jordan's so crafty in the pick and roll. He's unpredictable and hard to stop in these situations.
Passes it to Kobe. There's the dish to Chamberlain. Shot clock at 6. Back to Kobe. Here's O'Neal. Rebound by the Bulls. Gilmore's got 7 rebounds in the game. Open for 3. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Johnson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's Thomas with the 3. Drills it from outside. Thomas got 5 points so far.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And some changes here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for O'Neal, and it's Robertson in for Johnson. Los Angeles has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Robertson passes to LeBron. Down low. Here's Kobe. Kicks it out to Robertson. 5 on the clock. Lets a floater go. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively, be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
Chicago making some changes. Hill comes in for Scottie Pippen, and Jerry Stackhouse is subbed in for Jordan. The Lakers also changing it up. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Chamberlain. Baylor comes in for James. And West subs in for Kobe. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Outside Thomas. Outside Hill. And the Bulls with another miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Baylor. Shoots. Bank shot. No good.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Stackhouse. Rejected by Robertson. They recover it, and they pick up 2. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Over to the left wing. And here's West for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Robertson.
And this is where the nickname comes from, Mr. Outside. West can kill you from distance.
Here's Wallace. They get it back and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Bulls shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Artis Gilmore is just a massive guy and strong too. I mean, rugged, a center that is flat out a beast on both ends of the floor. Banged my head against that dude many a times. Was not fun.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Dennis Rodman. He's checked in for Wallace. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. A 2-point game. The pass to Robertson. Kicks it out to Baylor. With the shot. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. West has got 5 points now in the quarter. Rose against West. 20 feet out. Unable to get that one. And the Lakers take it the other way. Baylor drives in, and the layup's good off the glass. Baylor's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Pass to Stackhouse for the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Stackhouse has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. West kicks to Robertson. A minute 42 left to play in the third. West against Rose. Just 4 to shoot. And it's blocked.
Respect the reach of Gilmore because it's extensive. Makes blocking shots look really easy.
Bounce pass from Hill. The kick out to Rose. With a tie. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Hill against Baylor. Pass to Cousins. Lays it up and banks it in. Cousins has got his second basket of the night.
And, you know, DeMarcus Cousins is used to playing through contact. I mean, he's excellent at overwhelming the defense with his strength.
From outside the arc. No good from Stackhouse.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
To the left side wing. Robertson dishes to West. That's tipped. Back to Robertson. Jacks up a 3. Rodman with the rebound. Bulls trail by 5. And here's Rose. deep three-point range. Misses the shot. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Lakers ahead. They're up by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Chamberlain. Then it's Johnson, and there's Bryant, and it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Jordan against Kobe. Jordan kicks to Pippen. Over Johnson. Almost, but it rolls out.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Outside, Rodman on its way from Rose for 2. Good, he hits the jump shot.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
The shot's good from Bryant.
The mid-range stroke of Bryant, you got to admire that. I mean, he's got a terrific feel from here.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
A floater, good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles leads cut down to 5 on the bucket from Jordan. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Chicago. Thomas comes in for Rose. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Thomas passes to Jordan. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Wallace, and it's sent back by O'Neal.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Jordan's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 10. And oh boy, a lot of contact contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. We hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
That's good from Johnson.
And Johnson is an elite talent, a special talent, a very unique point guard with amazing size, about 6'9". He can flat out take over games because he virtually can play every position.
So he gets them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Jordan, the pass to Noah. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Outside Thomas, and taken away by Magic. All alone, and Magic Johnson with the slam.
Yeah, you know, Johnson plays with such confidence and effervescence in the open floor. You never know what he's going to do, but most of the time, he makes a good decision.
Thomas up top. He's guarded by Johnson. And the Bulls with another miss.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Shaq passes to LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Basket counts. And that's 13 points for Johnson.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Chicago calls timeout. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Magic Johnson.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players.
Yeah, and Jordan sees the floor so nicely. I mean, one of his guys has a clean look. He gets the ball to him in whip-like fashion.
Here's Kobe. It's not going to go for him. And it's Chicago the other way. The drive by Jordan, and Jordan slams it home.
Always looking to drive in attack mode constantly. When the D gives him a lane, he tears him up.
Now, here's Bryant. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Kobe. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
And guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
To the middle, and stolen by Chamberlain. Johnson with it. Isaiah Thomas covering. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Johnson's got 13 points in the second half.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them, huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
Now they've got their sights set on that sweep, Greg, 3-zip. And given what's going on in the first 2 games, my guess is that's what's going to happen.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Johnson.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Bryant looking over the floor. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.